It's really interesting how a lot of these people who are in the billionaire class are saying that they, just don't want to be taxed anymore, like Bezos right now, and the New York tax that they have coming, which good on Mom Donnie. Um, and they also just they don't understand why people do not like them. They truly cannot understand that money does not buy you the approval of the people. Money just gives you like an extra layer of insecurity or of security from the insecurity that you are creating within the classes below you. I just looked up on Wikipedia because Amazon didn't publish this themselves whatsoever, the number of deaths that have been recorded since 2018 that we know of. It was over 30. Over 30 people have died in Amazon facilities or as delivery drivers in employment with Amazon. One guy was mauled to death by two dogs as a delivery driver. Of course, there was that horrific EF3 tornado that took out 6 people from an Amazon facility because they did not evacuate in time, which I highly doubt Amazon has been found liable for that because that is 100% on them. Uh, yeah, this is why we don't like you. This is why we think you are terrible people. Because not only are you putting everyday people who are trying to support their families and just get by in life with the only jobs that are available now because you've taken out Main Street USA, you also will not take responsibility for the damages that you cause, including death. And that's not even talking about all of the pollutants that are created with your manufacturing, with, your warehouses, the amount of delivery drivers that are out there. It is incredible to me how little accountability billionaires have for the literal direct damage that they and their companies put on this planet. And these are also the same people who are saying, oh, we need to have more kids. I'm sorry, you want more slaves. I'm going to just say it outright. You want more slave labor. You don't want the world to be a better place for anybody but you. You want to be able to go on your gigantic yacht, go wherever you want, destroy whatever you want, and build up whatever you want, as we've seen with our stupid ass president right now. And you have no ability to truly understand why the average human being is fucking done with you. You have no ability to understand that. And it really sucks because a lot of these people started out as your average person. Some of these people started off as your average person, and then they started taking, everything that they possibly could. They took advantage of their coworkers, they took advantage of their staff, they took advantage of any kind of opportunity, any kind of tax break. And now we are in a position where these people are literally hoarding their money. If these people were acting the same way with newspapers, garbage, pets, anything like that, we would call it out as hoarding. We would absolutely call this out as hoarding. And instead, we're just letting it slide. They've brainwashed everybody into thinking that having a social media platform with affiliate links to their garbage that they're selling is, the way to make money now. Whatever happened to trades? Whatever happened to just keeping civilization running for the sake of making the world a better place? Whatever happened to kids wanting to be doctors, lawyers, veterinarians? That was my dream job as a child, was to be a veterinarian because I love animals. Now you have kids who just want to be social influencers, and it's like, realistically, that is not possible. Nowadays, people cannot make enough money doing that unless you're already at the top, like a Mr. Beast or, PewDiePie or any of those other guys. Unless you're already established, it is extremely unlikely that you are going to make the money you need to support yourself and get yourself in a better position with social media. The only reason I'm making these videos is because I need to talk to somebody about this insanity that we're currently living in. They have created, especially with the situation in 2020, they have created a situation now where everybody's isolated, where everybody just has to fill that social void with things. And so what do? They create cheap things. They exploit labor on every level, from production to delivery, to help especially the American public with their consumerism, because that seems to be the only way that a lot of people are finding any form of fulfillment now. You can see that with the amount of times people will post hauls on social media. You know, this is my Shein haul, this is my Temu haul, this is my Amazon haul. How about we stop? We can stop. I understand there are some people in situations where they literally have no option. In that situation, take it down to the bare necessities. You know, you can diversify if you can make do with less. At this point, you know, try thrifting the things that you would really like to find. It doesn't take an immediate shopping trip, but you can still find things. I'm just shocked that there are so many people who unfortunately are still buying the billionaire lie. They still believe that for some reason they will be able to reach that same level of financial status when that's just not possible. People deserve to be comfortable. People deserve to buy groceries without having to worry about paying the electric bill. People deserve to not have their water polluted by AI data centers. We are in a position right now as a public that we are being outbought of our own opinions and our own facts, because this is the crap that they want from us. They want us compliant. They want us to, you know, just keep purchasing blindly. They don't understand that a lot of us are waking up. A lot of us are seeing that this is just not okay anymore. We, as the public, as the everyday person, needs to start stopping this. I know it's hard for a lot of people. I know it's extremely difficult for so many people, especially if you're living in rural areas or you're living in, you know, some kind of disparity, which many of us are now. This is probably the worst that the American public has ever existed for a very, very long time. But we're in a position now where our votes, especially people who are in the minority and people like me, female, are able to actually step up and make a difference. So what I want to see, what I'm doing is I'm pausing every purchase that I want to make from anything that is a megacore. I'm going to be going to thrift stores. I'm going to be shopping at places that actually, you know, care about the people who work there as well as the environment. I'm going to do what I need to on my one person part to make the world for my children a better place. I'm going to inspire them to create. I'm going to inspire them to give back to the community that they live in through my own actions. That's all we can do. We have to set an example for our kids. We cannot be shoving social media in their faces. We cannot be, you know, saying, oh, just sit behind a gaming chair or a gaming computer all day and assume that that's you contributing to society. We're at a point now where we actually need to take action. And I'm sorry, for a lot of people, that's going to be super painful. But that's the thing about growth. Growth is painful, but it's worth it. And we need to step up and do what's right for the long-term goals of our children, our planet, and, to be honest, our pocketbooks.